Welcome back. Welcome to our afternoon session at the Learning Ideas Conference 2021 on Thursday. It's great to be back here with you. And for our first talk, which I'm really looking forward to, Max Bothe from the Hasso-Plattner Institute in Brandenburg, Germany, is going to talk about his partnership with SAP. And the talk is Video Consumption with Mobile Applications in a Global Enterprise MOOC Context. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Max and let you share your slides and take it away.
Thanks for the introduction and good evening from Germany. I'm Max. I'm a PhD student at the Hasso-Plattner Institute in Potsdam, Germany. And I'm going to talk about our paper. So at the Hasso-Plattner Institute, we run a MOOC platform since 2012, and we are only shy of our 1 millionth course enrollment. Our free courses are held by our professors, staff members, and even students, and they're usually focused around digital technologies, transformation, and innovation. We use the same software to offer similar MOOC platforms to our partners, and one of our partners is OpenSAP. That's the name of the platform, and SAP is a software company, is like the partner company, and they are our partner since 2013, and they use MOOC courses to train professionals, their own professionals, and even customers. So OpenSAP is part of a larger scheme from SAP. On one side, they use MOOCs in the enterprise context. Then they also have podcasts and some micro-learning content. Up to now, they could record 5.2 million course enrollments, over 5.2 million. They have around 250 courses. The courses are accessed from over 200 countries, and up to now there were over 1.1 million unique learners on the platform. OpenSAP likes to distinguish between enterprise MOOCs and corporate MOOCs. So corporate MOOCs are limited to the employees and feature custom-built in-house content. Enterprise MOOCs, on the other side, provide free, relevant corporate knowledge to all stakeholders. So even people who use their products. And because SAP is a software company, the topics on OpenSAP focus around technology, software, business, design, and corporate social responsibility. Courses on the platform usually have a fixed start and end date with a registration period several weeks in advance. And new content is released on a weekly basis. Each course is tends to have a learning effort from 4 to 6 hours per week. They can vary in length on the platform, but after the course period ends, courses are still available for all users. But only the content. Graded assignments are no longer available or accessible, so there's no chance to achieve a graded certificate after the course has ended. In addition, the forum is closed or only read-only to just don't fool the user that there might be an answer coming soon. OpenSAP also offers to reactivate courses, and here is there's a fee required where you can participate in the course and achieve the graded certificate at the end in 8 weeks. So all of our platforms feature a responsive user interface, so you are able to use the same platform on your mobile devices like tablets and smartphones. But in addition to that, we offer dedicated mobile applications for iOS and Android, just to provide a better learning experience here and really smooth things out. These applications are built with an offline first approach in mind. That means that all the data that is coming from the server is first stored in a local database and then presented to the user. In this way, we always make sure that we cache the content on the device and are for like simple actions are not required to be connected to the internet. Because we have like a relatively small development team, we haven't built we built the website for the mobile apps. So we only built the most used component natively. The remaining views and features are available via web views, but still within the app. But we used we have developed some native features on top that aren't available for the website, but provide better system integration. An example for this would be like better support for accessibility, so increasing font sizes and so on. Videos are next to text items, one of the core elements of every MOOC platform, and that's why we only focused on videos in this study. In the mobile applications, we allow the users to download videos manually. We don't do this automatically, because then we just would swap the personal device or the mobile device from the user and use up all the storage space. So the user has to do this manually, and they can download videos, slides, and additional documents. We also have some more advanced video player features like subtitles, different playback rates, picture-in-picture mode, remote playback, to only name a few. Because SAP is a global company, their user base is also global. And here you can see a map of all the user locations only from the last month. That's really up to date. And you can see that most users are joining us from India, Germany, and the US, but that only most users. There's also Canada, Mexico, Brazil, Australia, Russia, China, South Africa, and European countries as well. So we formulated the following research questions. How does the usage of mobile devices for video consumption in enterprise MOOCs differ between countries? Because that's a fairly broad question. We formulated 3 sub-questions. How is the acceptance rate of mobile applications in general? B, how's the acceptance rate of using cellular connections? And C, how's the acceptance rate of downloading content beforehand? So for this, we had a look at all the learning activities on OpenSAP in 2019, and we only considered the playback start events for videos to only have to have a focus first, and then to avoid considering too many events. Up through until the end of 2019, there were 166 courses and approximately 1 million learners registered on OpenSAP. And here I have to note that we didn't consider the courses by the course period and so on, and only single courses, because we wanted to have a broad picture of all the learning activities on the platform during the course period and in self-paced mode. And we choose 2019 for this because we didn't want to have COVID-19 and impact on the data. That should be studied in a separate study. Probably we do this as well. Nevertheless, there were over 2.9 million events for started video playbacks. And because of this sheer big number of events, the data processing has to be close to the data storage. So we calculated the metric for all active users for each research question. So, and only the active users were considered, so users who at least watched one single video. And we determined the user's country based on the IP address of the device. So for the analysis, we used several methods. First, we used the Kruskal-Wallis test to test or to detect statistical differences overall. Then we used pairwise post-hoc tests to detect statistical differences between single countries. We used Cohen's-d to measure the effect sizes. And then we grouped countries that showed no statistical significant differences between each other in the behavior. And in this way, we wanted to visualize patterns that occurred. In the study, we also limited us to the 10 most active countries on OpenSAP. These are in decreasing order of user numbers. India, Germany, United States of America, United Kingdom, Brazil, Canada, Spain, Australia, France, and the Netherlands. Together, these countries accounted for 69% of all video playbacks, and 53% originated in India, Germany, and US. So the 3 most active countries on the platform. Okay, regarding the first sub-research question, we first had to determine the usage of mobile applications in general. For this, we used 2 tracking attributes we sent with our tracking events for the video playback. The first one is the platform. This one defines the operating system from the device. So this could be Mac, Windows, but also iOS and Android. So here we filtered for iOS and Android. The second one is the runtime. This defines accessing application. This could be the browser or the mobile web. Like this is both browser. And for the native applications, we also tag these with iOS and Android. So this way we can distinguish between desktop web usage, mobile web usage, and mobile application usage. We then calculated the ratio of all mobile video playbacks to all of the overall number of video playbacks. And we did this for each active user and respectively for each country. So a ratio of 0 here would mean that there was no usage of a mobile application, and a ratio of 1 would mean that there was only video consumptions with mobile applications. So let me first explain a bit the chart on the right. This is only like for demonstration purpose. It's not included in the paper. It's like only to visualize our process a bit. Yeah. So the spike on the left shows the number of extreme users who didn't use the mobile application, and the spike on the right shows the number of extreme users who only use the mobile application. And here we have like 2 lines that really stick out. One at the lower end. This one is India. Here we have like 10% of the users who only use a mobile application, and 20% of users who like use the mobile application in their learning process overall. And then the line at the top is the US. Here the usage is more of the usage of mobile applications is a bit more reluctant, so less adopted. But now we applied our grouping technique, and we came up with 4 groups. So the first one is India, which shows the highest adoption, where 10% of the users only use the mobile apps. Then we have Brazil and Australia. Here, at least 10% of the users use the mobile applications. Then we have all the European countries and Canada, which have the same attitude. And finally, fourth, the United States with the lowest adoption. For the second research question, we had to choose define or capture the network state. Yeah. And mobile devices can experience different network connections. That's one of the benefits of mobile devices, but can also be a downside that there is no stable internet connection, or that there might not be a stable internet connection. We capture the network state via a separate tracking attribute, the network, which can either be Wi-Fi, cellular, or no internet connection at all. And here I have to note that although the user might connect it to a Wi-Fi network, it doesn't mean it has to be a fast internet connection. And the same applies to a cellular connection. Here, the connection can be so slow that it's not usable for the user. Yeah. And because of the broad cellular coverage around the world, there are only rarely real offline usage cases, like, for example, in an airplane or in a tunnel. So in the study, we only focused on cellular connections. We again calculated our metric, the ratio of cellular video playbacks to all mobile video playbacks. Starting with the second sub-research question, we only considered the users of the mobile applications to keep the ratio. Yeah. A ratio of 0 means there was no video consumption with a cellular connection. A ratio of 1 would mean there was only video consumption with a cellular connection. And here the spectrum is a bit more broader. We have India at the bottom, and we have, this is Germany and Canada at the top. So this is some data. You can all read this up in the paper. Please do so. If you're interested in the numbers, I would rather jump to our grouping here. So we again came up with four groups. India, that uses the most cellular connections by far. Then we have France and Australia, where at least 30% of the users used the cellular connection. We have the United States, United Kingdom, versus Spain and the Netherlands, show all the same behavior again. And we have Germany and Canada, where 62 to 66 of the mobile users really avoided cellular data usage. And yeah, when processing and analyzing this data, we noticed that there might be a correlation here with the overall cost of mobile data around the world. So at the top, you can see our calculated matrix. So darker red means that there is more cellular usage for video consumption. The world map at the bottom shows the same countries colored, but here a darker blue means a higher price for 1 gigabyte of mobile data in US dollars. So, and you can see that all the cellular active countries have a relatively low price per gigabyte. Something we noticed on the side here. So regarding the third research question, we considered the ability for the users to download content or download video items. Upon the playback start, we look at the source of the video file, and it's online if the video is streamed, and it is offline if the video was pre-downloaded. And yeah, in a previous study, we already found out that users do download videos beforehand, even though they're consuming the videos with a Wi-Fi connection. So it doesn't matter where the user consumes the videos, and we think that they want to protect themselves against varying networks conditions and are prepared for possible future offline learning sessions. So they just want to be on the safe side. Again, we calculated the ratio of the pre-downloaded video playbacks to all video playbacks for the mobile app users. A ratio of 0 would mean no consumption of pre-downloaded videos. A ratio of 1 would mean only consumption of pre-downloaded videos. And here the field is again a bit more narrow. We have the orange line at the top is the US, which apparently don't download so many videos, or many users don't download videos. And then we have on the lower bound, there's Germany, which have always download always the most videos. And again, yeah, we found 3 groups here. Well, Germany, where 7% of all mobile users consumed only downloaded content. Then we had India, the United Kingdom, Brazil, Canada, Spain, Australia, France, and the Netherlands, which have like uniform behavior. And then third, the United States, where 83% of all users don't consume downloaded video content. And you could think that a lower cellular data usage would mean more video downloads, and this holds up for users from Germany and partly from India, but it isn't true for users from the United States. So there might be a different factor influencing the user's behavior here. And then we combined all the 3 sub-research questions to see if there are some overarching usage patterns. And we only found some for India and the United States. India is unique in terms of mobile usage and cellular usage. And the United States is unique in terms of mobile usage and download behavior. For the remaining countries, we didn't found any overarching multi-dimensional patterns here. So this means that similar usage traits are shared across countries, and when customizing and enhancing the course delivery methods, they should rather be made on the for the discussed metric or for the feature, and rather not for a single country. So to conclude, we saw the highest adoption rates of mobile applications in India, and only a reluctant usage of mobile applications in the United States. Most video playbacks, also cellular data, also came from India, and cellular data is mostly avoided in Germany and Canada. And this correlates slightly with the cost of mobile data in this country. Users in Germany downloaded more videos before the playback, but that doesn't mean that users who avoid cellular data download more videos by default. Only India and the United States formed unique groups, and that's why enhancements should be made for each metric individually. For all the discussed dimensions, we were able to prove small to medium practical effect sizes, and we hope that this study contributes to a better understanding of the different aspects of how mobile applications for MOOCs are used in a global enterprise context. Thanks.
All right, well, thanks so much. We've got a couple minutes if people have questions, and I'll wait and see if there are other questions. So I have one question over about how people download videos. So if you're going to take a MOOC, what do you need to do to download the videos? And do you do do you click a button that downloads all the videos for that MOOC in advance? And is that the way to do it, or is it sort of more one-on-one?
Yeah, you can download each video individually, but because video content is released on a weekly basis and the content is grouped into sections already, we also provide the feature to download a section, and then you can choose, do you want to download all the videos and also the slides maybe, and so on. And like for a sneak peek, I can reveal that we are working on a feature that does this automatically for you. So there's new content available in the morning, and hopefully your device is connected to the power and will do the downloading for you, because it knows your patterns and your learning patterns, and you don't have to worry about this, like keeping videos on your device. Yeah.
Okay, so got it. So if you sign up for a MOOC, then it knows that it will know that you might want to download. So basically, if you decide you sign up for a MOOC and you choose that you're going to download, then it will download the appropriate pieces at the appropriate times.
Yeah, we have seen in the data that when there are downloads occurring, it's usually on the first day. So people are really eager to have the latest content on their device on day one. So we can do this like, yeah, there's new content, let's try to download this, and maybe let the user decide if they want to keep the old one, so from the last section.
Okay. All right. And to the people that are downloading, you think what's happening is they're on a fast connection, so they want to download while they're on their fast connection and the free connection, exactly. And then they can watch anywhere, and that's why there are these regional differences and national differences. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because no, the US, I mean, I don't know. I mean, my plan is fast enough and easy enough that I probably don't particularly worry about it, but I know that's not true for everybody. So yeah, I wonder. Yeah, it's interesting how striking it was. The difference between the US and Germany was striking. Do you think that's mostly, is it that you have high costs? Is that what I think I got out of the slide?
So it's relatively expensive here, and to be honest, the cellular coverage isn't so good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should be better. Yeah, but let's be honest here.
Okay, that's what this conference is all about. All right. Well, that's good to know. Yeah, I also was interested. I was trying to, and there's no way to know, I guess, but just trying to guess whether there are cultural reasons why some people are a little bit more planful and others are more just in time, or sort of have different expectations too, right? There's no or here are we just assuming like it's going to be ready when I need it and I don't need to think about it, and maybe people are planning ahead a little bit better where in Germany and some other countries.
Exactly, and a fast connection everywhere is always good, but there are countries and there might be users who don't have access to this, like due to infrastructure, due to like cost-related reasons, and like because we have also different partners who like involve people from more countries. We all want to support all users equally here.
Right. Is there any? This is, I know, not within the scope of your presentation, so I'm not actually necessarily expecting you'll know this off the top of your head, but I'm curious. Is there any connection that you found or might find between people who download and drop-offs? In other words, like, are people who take the time to download, do they feel sort of more committed to completing the MOOC?
Yeah, so I don't have any data, but usually it fits good into the scheme that there are highly motivated people, and usually these people like use desktop computers and mobile devices together, or some sort of combination, and usually these are the people who like are really active in downloading. Yeah, but that's my assumption here. Only I don't have any data to prove this.
Okay. No, that's right. Yeah, exactly. Yes. No, that makes sense. And I mean, I also was thinking of it in terms of like that you've kind of made a commitment, right? Like, if somebody pays $1 for something, I think there's been some studies, I don't have anything to cite off the top of my head, but that I think you'll see them more likely to finish it than if they paid $0 for it, even if it's only $1, right? Because you're sort of made this commitment, and downloading might fall in that category of sort of a commitment that you've made is like, well, I took the time to download it, I don't want to waste it, which is a funny thing, but it's kind of how we think. So, well, it's good. Well, it's interesting stuff. Really appreciate you coming here, and hopefully you'll be able to stick around as much as you can the next couple of days. I know it's after dinner time there, so. Great to have you here. We're going to move on then to the next talk.
Thanks.
So thanks for coming. Great to talk to you. Thanks again, Max.